Hey folks, welcome to BIO125, Introduction to Microbiology. My name is Mrs. Rhodes, Rhodes, and I will be your instructor for the summer semester. If I give you any advice for this class at all, it's to read the instructions and to follow the course schedule. Very important that you do these two things. I put a lot of instructions, in announcements and post information throughout the course. I try not to make things hidden. I try to make things obvious. And I try not to bore you to death with a lot of writing in the class, as far as, reading, 3 pages of instructions. But please know that what I put in here is very important. It's to head off questions that you might have on maybe a Saturday night when I'm not available to answer questions. So when in doubt, review the Start Here tab, which I will show you in a moment, and also, read the instructions for each assignment. So I'm going to show you around. This is the instructor view, so I don't want to go into student view because I have a lot of stuff hidden right now because I haven't quite finished the class, but I wanted to get an orientation video ready for you. So, first thing you see is the announcements. Please read my announcements. Please check your email no less than 3 times every 7 days. In a course of every, 2 days-ish, you need to have checked your email at least once from, at your Dell Tech account. Do not send me emails from your private account. Please only send me emails from your Delaware Tech account. That's actually Delaware Tech policy. So I'm less likely to miss an email from Delaware Tech, especially if you send it direct from the course, because then it kind of shows up across my subject line as an email from a student. So, these tabs should look familiar. Content and grades are the ones that you're going to be most concerned with. So, grades is self-explanatory. I do a pretty good job with keeping grades updated, and the majority of what you have to do in this class is all auto graded. So, it's almost instantaneous that it's updated. So you can see my information, how to get a hold of me, a few little guidelines. Please address me as Mrs. Rhodes. I'm not hey you, I'm not your mom, I'm not your sister. So please do address me as the instructor, Mrs. Rhodes. When you write me an email, I'm a little old school, so I would appreciate, some punctuation and some capital letters in there. I am not perfect with grammar. You're most certainly going to find errors of grammatic errors in my correspondence, and I apologize for that. But I did not go to school for English, so I'm not an English teacher, so there will be mistakes. But I do ask that you at least make an effort to write me an email that has, some resemblance of, from a college student. So, textbook requirements, I posted this in an announcement, sent it out in an email, and it's also here, very, very laid out, cut and dried. There's really no budging here. Do not rent your textbook because you won't get your access code and it'll end up costing you more money. So preparation is key. Pay attention to this stuff. 14-day free trial for the McGraw-Hill Connect. So you get for 14 days, once you sign into your first assignment in McGraw-Hill Connect, through the links I provide in this course, you will be automatically enrolled into a 14-day free trial. That gives you full access to the text and access code. You can do the homework, assignments, labs, whatever, for the first 2 weeks. After and only after that trial expires, you'll be prompted to enter an access code. You can't enter it before then. It will only prompt you after the 14 days. College resources, lots of stuff available. Good stuff here. Free Microsoft Word, Apple and Dell discounts, Amazon Prime discounted, food pantry services for veterans, mental health resources. I have all these links in here for you. You can see that I have stuck them here. kind of mentioned them here, but this is like a one-stop shop for a whole bunch of virtual support stuff for Delaware Tech. Course schedule. This should be what is under your pillow every night is the course schedule. Hang it in the bathroom, hang it in your car, hang it on your office door, hang it on your bedroom door. Please pay attention to the course schedule. Very important that you follow it. I try to work with people, but at the same time, this is summer, 10 weeks, same amount of information that you would do in a spring or fall course. So hang on to your seats. It goes very fast. Course policies, my expectations, rules, guidelines. You want to check out all 3 of these documents. Very important that you check all 3 of those out so we're all on the same page. Start here. Very obvious. That's where you're going to start. Yes, there's a lot written here. Please read through here. Please read through here. I can't stress this enough. There's more links for the course policies. I'm going to have the video that I'm recording right now stuck right there. Syllabus talks about your email again, minimum technology requirements, another link for the course schedule because I'm kind of a maniac with making sure that you have every 26 links for the course schedule. It's a live document, so if I do have to make a change, I will absolutely let you know 7 days in advance, and also it will be changed automatically on the schedule. So if you print it and I note and I say something to you about a change, make sure you make that note. It's a rare thing that I have to make a change, and if anything, it's usually I push a due date back to give you a little bit more time sometimes, but we'll see. Lots of more stuff to read here. Important. Not a free ride. Tests are timed. So, you got to know your stuff before you take the test. You don't have enough time to look everything up, so don't let that fool you. Got some information here, yada, yada, yada. And then at the very bottom here, well, almost to the bottom, number 20, you have to complete this orientation quiz. And this is worth 5 points and will be averaged into your lecture grade. So please make sure you don't miss this. This is the only place you're going to see this quiz under the Start Here tab. Start Here, number 20, orientation quiz. If you don't read any of these documents, you're not going to be able to complete this quiz. So be sure that you review these documents and review all of this information here. Tips related to McGraw-Hill. If you have a little issue, maybe jump in here and check, see what's in here. It's just some basic information that as I come across things, I throw it in here so you guys are aware. And you may never have to use anything in here, but hopefully you'll know where to find answers. Okay. 3 main tabs that you're going to be concerned with at any given week in this semester. This one is the Infectious Disease Body Systems tab. This is the Labs tab where all the labs are. And this is all the Exam 1 stuff. And then when we get past Exam 1, it'll be Exam 2 stuff, Exam 3 stuff, and so on. So I'll start with the labs. So the labs, when you click this tab, you can see we have a bunch of stuff open up, okay? 10 weeks, 10 labs, okay? So there's a lab due every single week. Now you'll notice when you first go into the class that I have maybe 2 labs open or maybe 3 labs open at a time. I do open the labs up a little in advance because I know from taking online classes myself, this week I may have a lot of extra time. Next week I know it's going to be busy, maybe 4 ball games, maybe a tournament, maybe I'm going to visit family, whatever. So I'm all about letting you work, a little bit ahead because I know what that's about. So feel free to work ahead, okay? However, you always want to make sure that you follow that schedule and make sure that you're getting done what you're supposed to get done. So, each week, do the 23rd, lab 1, do the 30th, lab 2, do on the 6th, lab 3, and so on, okay? So really self-explanatory. It's a little bit of information, watch a video, complete a virtual lab, sometimes complete another virtual lab, and then take a quiz based on what you learned in those labs. And it's set up just like that for every single week lab, okay? I have a due date at the top. I don't leave anything to guessing, but it is important, like I said, for you to follow the course schedule. That will keep you on track. Sometimes there's a PDF that I provide. The PDFs are supposed to help you with the labs. So if you can look at those and maybe even print them out ahead of time, that will be helpful for you. So just go through, complete all the things that are listed, and move on to the next. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of the labs. All right, for exam stuff, exams will be broken down into 1 or 2, and I think it's never more than 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, we're going to have an exam. We have 5 exams in this class, 10 weeks. So basically, we got 2 weeks for each unit. Okay, so this first exam, I put a whole bunch of information here. Okay, again, I know it's boring, the beginning of the semester, you're reading, you're not going to remember everything, but at least look through this stuff. It shows you where to find stuff. How to find all the stuff for this course is below. So this is like a review of kind of, what this tab tells you, what's in this tab, and so on, okay? So, and I even put little pictures in there with arrows. So you're like, okay, well, I clicked on exam 1 stuff. I'm ready to start, right? Week 1. So here's week 1. This is what you have to do. So read chapter 1, review chapter 1 PowerPoint. The PowerPoint is the outline of what you need to know for the chapter. Here are my screencasts. Some weeks I have 2 or 3 screencasts. Some weeks I have 10 screencasts. It just depends on how long the chapter is and how slow I go. Sometimes I go a little faster, sometimes I go a little slower, depending on what the topic is. So I can't stress this enough, that if you don't watch these screencasts, you're not going to know what to know for the test. So these screencasts are me lecturing, telling you what you need to know for the exam. My screencasts are never longer than 15 minutes. I keep them short because I have a very short attention span. I could, I drift off fairly easily when I'm sitting listening to a lecture. So these are great. Plug them into your phone, plug them into your car, drive down the road. Maybe you have a long commute. Listen to me yak at you about, microbiology. So just be careful if you do that. Don't look at the video, just drive. Me telling you what you need to know for the exam. So basically it's me talking over this PowerPoint, okay? I always include a worksheet. Basically, I never collect the worksheet, but it's for you to organize your notes, okay? I try to keep it fairly straightforward. I always include, most of the time I include additional videos that are going to be really helpful with learning the specific topics in the course. When you get to the bottom, there's graded items. First week, you have a reminder that says, don't forget to do lab, which was up here in summer labs. And then you have a smart book chapter 1 and a homework for chapter 1. Homework is unlimited attempts. Smart book, you should always allow for 1.5 to 2 hours to complete, because it's kind of like a smart way of preparing you for the exam. So allow yourself 2 hours for the smart book. Neither of these are timed, but it's important that you allow the time. You can leave and come back, but just make sure when you're finished, you submit. It's very important that you submit. If you don't submit, I don't get the grades. All right, so that's consistent for every single week, okay? This is, again, read, PowerPoint, screencast, worksheet, video, and then this is what's due. The end of week 2, in addition to a smart book and a homework, you also have a quiz on chapters 1 and 2 and the exam. Okay? Try to get through this last little tab here in this video. Infectious diseases. Basically, we used to have a research project that we did in micro, and we switched it over to smart books specific to a couple of different things, mainly infectious diseases. These are not on your schedule necessarily in any particular week. You have from now until the end of the semester to get these done. I would allow 2 hours, hour and a half for each of them. If you don't read the chapter at all before you start these, then it's going to take you longer to complete them. So always pay attention to the infectious disease body systems tab, the labs tab, and whatever exam we're in. So that is your orientation to this class. Please, if you have questions after going through all the material, certainly let me know. I'm looking forward to a great semester.